Hi, Coffee Beans. How's it brewing? I really like to draw, but I haven't brought out my sketchbook in years. I was feeling particularly creative the other night. This was filmed at like 11 p.m. So I figured I'd take advantage of my sudden drive to draw and make some adorable Shrinky Dink pins. Here's my old sketchbook that is probably like 10 years old, maybe older. A lot of these sketches are actually pretty old, but I colored them with my Copics and chameleon markers just a few years ago. Well, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. So yeah, still pretty old. There's a chibi of me in a Pikachu shirt. I don't know what that is. Rapunzel with a paintbrush and a random kitty. Oh, I love the animation in Gumball, so I tried drawing that. Another Rapunzel.
She's my favorite princess. Besides Leia, of course. But that's a rabbit hole. Is she a Disney princess? Isn't she a Disney princess? Hating Disney for buying Star Wars, but loving them for buying Star Wars because of Baby Yoda?
Anyway. Oh, Inuyasha and Sesshomaru! This is how I know this is old, because it's been years since I've even seen the anime, but I love them. I love them both. Practicing chibis and eyes. I guess you could say this is my OC, just a cute bunny girl. An idea for a children's book? Who's that? A goldfish named Spot, perhaps? Go figure. Pinkie Pie, because I love her. Ooh, a mermaid with a heart piece, or a heart container. I'm obsessed with mermaids, low-key. And of course, I love Zelda. Yoshi! I love Yoshi! Okay, I may be coming back to this. Sailor Moon. Oh, this is more recent. It's just a couple years ago when I planned on starting my channel. It's a little chibi me and my old username. I think this is a possibility for a pin too. Alright, that was a nice walk down memory lane, but let's get started. It had been a long time since I'd really sketched anything besides just stick people and flowers, so I decided to stick with a really simple drawing. This is a sketch that I've been consistently drawing since 6th grade. My friends and I had a notebook to write notes to each other and pass around. Did anyone else do this? Instead of loose notes, we all just shared a spiral notebook? Well, my nickname, I have no idea why, was Froggy. So I signed all of my notes with this little froggy. Seriously, Froggy. I never found out why. But look at how cute he is! Now that I got my creative juices flowing, I decided to try drawing something I've never drawn before. I don't really know what inspired this exactly, but I had this idea to draw something kinda creepy with a huge mouth. Like huge, with pointy teeth. Really creepy. Then it just sort of morphed into an Audrey 2, Venus flytrap, piranha plant, Dekubaba, monster plant. Seriously, these type of scary plants have so many names to go by. But I thought it'd be cute to have this huge bulbous head and tiny itty bitty pot. My husband loves Little Shop of Horrors and actually has Audrey 2 tattooed on his arm. So I think this pin will be perfect for his pin collection. Next, I wanted to draw something sweet and innocent, mainly because I just got done drawing a literal meat-eating monster that needs blood to survive. So I started sketching another character I have never freehand drawn before. I traced him a lot, but never without a guide, so this is totally by memory. I grew up watching the Care Bears, and I always loved Bedtime Bear. I can't really tell you why, maybe because he just always seemed so, over it. He stayed out of the drama and just kind of did his own thing, but when the other Care Bears needed him, or a child needed him, he was right there ready to help with his Care Bear stare. Aw, he's so sweet looking! I imagine he's relaxing on a cloud, looking up at the moon here. That sketch was actually pretty difficult for me and sort of exhausted me a little creatively, because I was so worried about getting it right. So I decided to do a quick sketch of my chibi self. She's got little Odongo buns and a big ol' smile. She looks so full of life and enjoying every minute of it. And now I want to go back to my sketch from earlier and draw a big Yoshi. I love Yoshi so much! He was always my go-to in Mario 64, but now I main Link. What can I say? Yoshi is actually a ton of fun to draw, but I was nervous again about making him perfect. So I followed an illustration I found on Google of Yoshi from Super Mario. I should try freehand drawing him someday, but I'm afraid he'll come out looking so wonky. Now for the last sketch. I've never drawn this animal before either, but I have plenty of pillows, plushies, stickers, and desk decorations to reference. Let's talk llamas. I love llamas. Funny story. Whenever I say llama, I feel the intense need to say llama. After 16 years, I even have my husband doing it. That's just the rule of the house. You have to say llama, llama. So I set a rule for myself that I'm going to do all of these Shrinky Dinks in my paint pens. These are all just cheapy paint pens from Target. I made a little swatch page of the colors to reference. And I quickly realized that the colors were very limiting. Like, how was I going to paint Chibi Bunny's face? There's no tan! And mint and bright blue are almost identical. Oh, and here's white. It just blends in with the page. So I laid down my Shrinky Dink and got started with my froggy. I initially traced the froggy onto the Shrinky Dink plastic and pencil, but in retrospect, the paint markers caused the pencil to spread around and looked really dirty. So this is the first and last time I did that. I do love coloring with these markers because it's so fast. But I think I definitely got what I paid for. The coverage is not great at all. Next up is my Audrey 2, piranha plant, etc., etc., etc. I wanted him to look less like a plant and more like a monster, so he's blue instead of green. And his teeth are a nice creepy yellow. The colors definitely limited me on the pot though. Next up is Bedtime Bear, and thankfully the blue I have is a perfect color for him. And the periwinkle purple is a really nice dark blue color. He was a little difficult to color because he has so many little intricate details on his tummy and his fur, especially with the thick nubs on these paint markers. Alright, Chibi Bunny is where I had to break my paint marker only rule. I used Copic marker and some colored pencils for her skin and mouth, but other than that, everything else is paint markers. That also explains why her hair is more red than pink. Next is my homie Yosh. I love that Yoshis come in all different colors. So I decided to color him with the lilac color, because I thought a pastel purple would be so cute for a Yoshi. But it didn't quite turn out that color I wanted. He's still super adorable though. Llama, 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 I love my little llama. I decided to make him a really solid blue color with a cute little white face. Ooh, he's so fluffy and cute! I love him! I don't have much to say about him except look at how cute! Next up is the most satisfying part, baking! But before I do, I have to cut all my characters out. Then I carefully placed each one into the oven for a few minutes. Then when I took them out, I pressed them down with nonstick paper. for a few days before sealing. I've noticed that if I seal them right away, with any sort of sealer, the ink bleeds. So I let them sit for a few days and then dome them all in UV resin. Then, to finish them, I sanded the back of my characters and used E6000 glue to attach the pins. I love all of them! I'm so proud of how they turned out. Like I said before, I don't draw very much, even though I really enjoy it. I mean, it's literally been 3 or 4 years since I even took this sketchbook out. So I'm really happy with how these turned out. I think the llama is by far my favorite, but that was an easy decision. Comment below which is your favorite. Have you ever made Shrinky Dink projects before? Or do you enjoy sketching in your free time? I'd love to see. You can tag me on Instagram at BunnieDIY so I can see what you've made. I'd love to share your work on my Instagram stories. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Those likes really help me and my channel out. And if you'd like to see more, then make sure you subscribe before you go. And click the little notification bell so you always know when I post. I upload videos every Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And next week is the first week for Snow Bunny DIY, so make sure you check in. Thanks everyone! I really enjoyed sharing my old sketches with you and making some new ones. See you next time! Love you a latte!